Hello everyone. Yes, today we are making these skirts. Yeah, this is a two-piece. In case you want the blouse, you can find it on this channel. Yeah, so we are going to start with our garbage bag. It's on fold and I have two pieces, so I'm going to cut everything together. I'm going to cut the front and the back. I don't usually use zippers, but if you're using fabric, you can use a zipper because I make this garbage bag when they are not so tight. You understand? So if you want something real fitting, you use a zipper to add the zip allowance and use a zipper, then you can make it very fitting. So we start with our vertical measurements. We've marked our hip line. It will be 10 inches. Then we go to our skirt length. The skirt length, it depends on how you want your skirt to be. I first made it 30, but I realized it was too long. Then I made it shorter later. So on my hip is 44, divided by 4, which is 11, but I marked 13 because I told you this is garbage bag, and the skirt I'm going to make, it needs some really good allowance. Yes, so I mark the skirt in a shape. Yeah, I don't make a pencil skirt. So I come on my waistline, then I'm going to make a dart. A dart I'm going to mark on the 4th inch point and then go down by 4 inches. So from the mid-waist to the from the mid-waist I mark 4 inches and down 4 inches. Then I make a dart of 1 inch. Yes. So in the back you can make a dart of 3 inches, but for me, I just did it uniformly, all 4 inches. In the back, you can make the dart shorter. Yeah. So after doing that, I'm going to mark the length of my skirt on the side way. Usually when it's a skirt rather, the length is not the same. So you have to mark that point there and make sure you measure the same length, then you curve your skirt like that. So we shall cut there. So we are going to come and go down in the waist by 1 inch. Yeah, we come on the waist down by 1 inch for our skirt to fit so well in the waist and to not to make a bulge, something like that. Yeah. So you come on your waist, I'll cut that later. So you come on your waist and measure that 1 inch. You can slant your skirt in the middle like that, but I will come back to that later. Yeah, so we are going to cut out our pattern. We pin it down first so it doesn't move, from place. We pin it down, and if you have not yet subscribed, my dear, please consider subscribing. Yes, and like the like the video, comment. Yes, so I cut out my dart to mark where my darts are going to pass. So I cut them up, all of them, on the front and then the back. Then I will just sew them. It will be easier for me that way instead of marking again. Yeah. So as I always tell you, if you need any video, me to make you any video, you can tell me that make for me this video. I can make it for you. Yes, the fabric is not expensive. It is as cheap as that. So yeah, we try out different styles. So what I do, I stitch my dart. Yeah, I stitch it down. So after stitching it down, I'm going to join the seam from one side of the skirt to the other side. Yeah, I'm going to join only one side. I'm going to join one side and leave the other side. So I'm joining on one side, the front with the back of only one side. So I come on my machine and sew it down. So after doing that, we open up our skirt. Yeah, so after opening it, we are going to get our fabric we are going to use for tier. This time I'm using Shein packing bags. Yes, so we are going to make that tier there. So I told you it depends on how long you want your skirt. I made my skirt shorter later. It was too long, and I'm not so much of a fan of long things. Yeah, so I made it a little bit shorter than it was before. So the length, you can measure the length you want. If you want it long, you make it long. If you want it short, you make it short. So I made that it's like a pleat there, but I later changed it. Yeah, but if you want that method, you can use that method. Or you can go on your sewing machine and pleat as you sew, pleat as you sew, pleat as you sew. Yeah. So the pleats might not be so uniform. Yeah, you don't need to be so accurate with the pleats, as long as the measurement of the hip, the waist, and all that is okay. So the pleats, you don't need to be so accurate. You understand? Yeah. So I pleated as I was sewing. So that's our first tier. Then we also made our second one. But what I realized, that method was delaying, as I told you. So I opted for something else. I decided to cut down all my tiers that I'm going to use, join them together. Yeah. So after doing that, I had to make a stitch from the 1 inch line. I measure 1 inch and then make a straight stitch across all those tiers, then pull, gather. You know, I've done videos here which I use that method. There is a video I did a skirt again of making gathers. So you just pull the bobbin thread and it makes a gather. You make it to the desired gather. If you see it's too tight, you make it a little bit. If you see it's too spaced, you make it a little bit tight. So it depends on how you want the gather to be. So I felt this method was easier than the first one. The pleats, the gathers do not look alike, but this one was easier for me. It was quicker. Yeah, and you need to save time. So I opt for that method. Yeah, I opt for the second method of making a straight stitch and just pulling the bobbin thread. So I'm going to just sew it as I was sewing the other one. I'm just going to sew on my fabric. So you're going to get your tailor chalk and mark where you want your tier to pass. So you mark those points. If you don't, it will come out not good. Also, mine at the back, one tier got astray. But I realized it after joining, so I could do nothing. I just left it like that. I did not want to remove it. You know our material is delicate. Yeah. So you should cut off your excess threads, all the excess threads from your cloth. Remember we made a top stitch. Yes, so you remove all the excess. You cut it off to make our work look so neat. And my dear, if in case you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. Yes, like, comment, share, tell someone. Yeah, we are here to learn fashion. So after that, we join our skirt on both sides. Yes. So we join our skirt, and that is our skirt. When it is joined, we've sewn it on the sewing machine, and that's how it came out. Yeah, those are the tiers. There are 4 tiers. If you want 3, you can make 3, whatever you want. It's your choice. Yeah. So this was also a 2-piece. It had a blouse and a skirt. In case you want the top tutorial, the blouse tutorial, it is already uploaded. You can check it out. And that is our model for the day. Yes, thank you for watching. I really love you. The model is really stubborn, but bear with her. Until next time, bye bye.